All right, Lambo's World of Sports featuring Silent Sports Network featuring Big Brother. This is called the W list, the top five teams in the NFL. Go ahead and start. Who is your top five from 5 to 1?
I gotcha. Boom. Number 5, the Miami Dolphins.
Mm.
Best offense in the NFL right now statistically. Two is leading the league in passing yards. The running backs are going insane. HN has been phenomenal the past 2 weeks. The defense, though, is allowing 30 points a game. They're seventh worst in yards allowed per game, and the point differential is only plus 31 after a 50-point dub. So that is my reason for concern. Their defense is just not very strong, and that's why I have them at 5. Next, I have the Eagles at 4. Running game is obviously clicking on all cylinders with Swift back there, and the O-line is doing just as well as they've always done. Jalen is slowly getting back to where he was last year as an MVP candidate. First few games were a little shaky. He's obviously taken strides this year to get back to that level. Obviously, AJ and Devontae are great. It was, I don't know, they've both had blow-up games this year, and it's been fun to watch, but as a Cowboys fan, it's infuriating, but that's okay. The defense is middle of the road so far, and they do have a plus 28 point differential. So, like, if the defense can get back to the level that it was in years prior, I would definitely have them higher on the list. But so far, I'm going to have to stick with them at 4. At 3, I have the Buffalo Bills. Here's why. So, since week 1, Josh has completely bounced back from obviously a terrible performance. Pretty sure he's completing the ball at over 80%. He has no interceptions after that. So he's playing lights out. Obviously after a pretty bad week 1. James Cook is a legit running back 1. Last year he was like a middle of the road running back that like a team maybe trades for if their number 1 guy goes down or something like that. But this year he's actually emerged as like a legit running back 1. Career highs in like every category pretty much. The defense is also cooking as well. 6th best defense based on points allowed. They're only allowing slightly under 14 points a game, and their point differential is plus 84, which is leading the league right now. So that is why I have them at the 3 spot. 2 spot, no surprise here, Dallas Cowboys, 7th rush yards per game. Dak is taking care of the ball like we've already talked about in the video before. He's super efficient right now, about 72% passing, only 1 interception. He's taking care of it. The offense is performing well. Second best defense based on yards allowed per game in the league. They're only allowing 10.3 points a game. Second best pass defense in the league, and the second best point differential at plus 83 in the league. So I think, you could argue flipping any of these around a little bit, but this is definitely where I lean. And at the number 1 spot is the San Francisco 49ers. So CMC is the best running back in the league. It's when he's healthy, he is the best, and he looks very healthy right now. Brock just keeps playing better. He's kind of breaking out of that game manager role a little bit, and he's slowly becoming more of like a reason they're winning and not doing enough to not lose type of guy. So like he's throwing the ball like well above 70%, and he still like hasn't lost. So I'm pretty comfortable with saying that he's breaking out of that game manager zone pretty quickly. And then defense, they have the second best defense based on yards per game, 5th best defense based on passing yards per game, and then the running defense is only allowing 66 rushing yards per game. They're allowing just over 14 points and have a very solid point differential at plus 67. So there is my top 5 list going into week 5, and I will let you get into yours.
All right. So I think that's a good list. I give you an A minus for that one. I'll give you an A minus. I think it's great. You speak facts. You were prepared. Now, I specifically don't have notes, but I always had pictures. I'm always prepared. So I'm glad you brought this up because a lot of people a lot of people base their teams off feelings. You base it off facts. That's why I made a business decision to have you on this show because you base everything off facts. Now, I'm gonna get into some stuff right here. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it real nice, real smooth. So, number 5, once I can find it. Number 5 team, the Baltimore Ravens. Here's why. Baltimore Ravens, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, lost to the Colts, by the way. But this is a team that can win the AFC North. All right. The Bengals are struggling. The Browns in mid. The Pittsburgh Steelers are horrible, especially Kenny Pickett. Matt Canada needs to get fired. But you have new offensive coordinator Todd Monken, who is from Georgia, who has led since it been into national championship. The offense is firing on all cylinders. Like I said, Lamar Jackson is probably on pace, not for 6,000 yards, but maybe on pace for maybe about 4,500 to be realistic. I don't think he's on pace for no 6,000 yards. But with the receivers that they have, I'm trying to tell you, with them losing a running back, with Mark Andrews not playing like the first game of the year, I'm trying to tell you, the defense is efficient. I'm very confident they can beat the Steelers. And also, I have very high hopes. They hadn't won but one playoff game, I think, since 2015. So I'm confident in them as far as the Ravens of them getting to the playoffs and winning at least one playoff game. Now, number 4 that I have on my list. Number 14 in Lambo's W list is the Sharon. No, it's not. Look. Number 14, that was popping up right here. Number 14 I have, even though I hate this team. I hate them with passion. I hate them so much. The Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, ladies and gentlemen. I know you put that slander on Josh Allen. I know Josh Allen and Dak Prescott deserve the same slander. They both led the league in interceptions last year. But Josh Allen, ever since that Jets game, he's turned it around. I don't think he's thrown but one interception the past 3 games. Josh Allen and the Bills are back. Ken Dorsey, who was the former quarterbacks coach when Brian Dable was there, has now left. He has elevated Josh Allen. They have Gabe Davis as the wide receiver from UCF. They have Stephon Diggs. They have a great running game. They have a great defense that's called by Sean McDermott. The Buffalo Bills, by the way, that have won the AFC East for the past 3 seasons, they'll win it again because my Patriots just suck and they continue to suck. So if I put my money on it, they will win the division. They destroyed the Miami Dolphins, who averaged like at least 50 points per game. At least 50 points per game. And they put 70 on the Denver Broncos. But this Buffalo Bills team is something to watch out for. I think it's revenge season. I think they're mad that they lost to the Bengals last year. And like I said, it's going to come to a point in time where those Buffalo Bills might be in the AFC Championship game if the Cincinnati Bengals don't tighten up. Now, my number 3 team that I have is, check it out, the team that you hate, man. Those Philadelphia Eagles at number 3. All right? The special teams is great. That's why he was the player of the week. He can kick field goals. He hit the game-winning field goal against those Commanders. But also the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, I think, has won his last 22 starts. He hasn't lost since, I guess, last year, which I can't remember the last time he lost a start. They got a new head coach, Nick Sirianni, is the second year. They lost the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, all right? But they still are scoring points. Now, their defense is a little bit suspect, by the way. I mean, the Patriots were able to score them easily. The Commanders are scoring as well. But the Eagles find ways to win games when it matters. The Eagles are undefeated, all right? They play a tough team. They play the Rams on Sunday. I have full confidence that they're going to be probably undefeated until they lose like last year. They're going to be 8-0 and they lose. But as of right now, this is a team that is looking to get the Super Bowl revenge. They're winning in all 3 phases. They're going to be giving up points and yards, all right? But those Eagles are going to win the NFC East. They're going to win it. I'm guaranteeing it. They're going to win the NFC East, and that's why I have the Eagles at number 3. At number 2, I have. Let's pull up number 2. Where is it? All right. Number 2, I have Boom, boom, pull it up. The Kansas City Chiefs at number 2. Now I understand this is very, very high, and I understand you looking at your face and you're looking at me like I'm crazy. You look at me like I drunk too much, like I did at Blacksburg. The Kansas City Chiefs at number 2. Pat Mahomes, reigning Super Bowl champion. I understand they lost to the Lions. I understand. The Lions are a very good team. The Lions are 3-1 for a reason. I understand they lost. But the Kansas City Chiefs, they find ways to win. They still have the best quarterback in football, which is Pat Mahomes. I understand through 2 interceptions is a great Jets defense. It's great. All right. But the Chiefs are no stranger. They're still doing this without Tyreek Hill. They have McCole Hardman. They have Kadarius Toney. They have Sky Moore. They have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and of course, the Taylor Swift, the Travis Kelce thing. By the way, the Chiefs defense this year is better than what it was the past 2 seasons. That Chiefs defense is straight locked down. Did you see what it did to the Jacksonville Jaguars? Jacksonville Jaguars have great talent on offense. They shut that down and held it to 9 points. Now, I understand the Jets scored 20 points, but when you have 2 turnovers on offense, it leaves the game a lot closer. At one point in the game, it was 17-0. All right. So I have my confidence in the Chiefs repeating to go to the AFC Championship game, maybe with Buffalo, but the reason why I have the number 2 is because of that defense. That defense is better than what it was for the past 2 seasons. Now, the number 1 team that I have, which is the best team in the NFL, of course, is those San Francisco 49ers, baby. Yes, the 49ers, the team that I picked to win the Super Bowl last year. And, they fell short. All right? Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner. Christian McCaffrey is one of the best running backs in the league, long behind Derrick Henry. But if those Cowboys can't stop Christian McCaffrey on Sunday night, I promise you it's going to be a long, long night. All right? Brock Purdy, ladies and gentlemen, is 9-0 in the regular season. 9-0. Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. 7th round draft pick, 253rd pick in the NFL draft last year of 2022. He played 5 years of college ball at Iowa State. He's learned a pro-style offense. They still have Kyle Shanahan. They lost to Miko Ryans, the DC, all right, who went to the Texans to hit because they lost Mike McDaniel 2 years ago when he was the quarterback coach, the offensive coordinator. He's not the head coach of the Dolphins. Like I said, Kyle Shanahan is one of the best play callers in NFL. He's one of the best. They still have Deebo Samuel. They still have Brandon Ayuk. They still have Kittle. They have Jennings. They have all the talented pieces that they have. The 49ers is a team they have to watch out for. These 49ers are going to repeat for the Super Bowl. I have the 49ers winning the NFC Championship game because the 49ers are the 49ers. And I will represent Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. This is it for the W list. Did you have any final thoughts on my list?
Well, I was a little shocked that you had the Ravens in there above the Cowboys, but that's okay. I understand. You're a little biased.
No. I'm not being biased. Here's why. I want to ask you a question. Now, I'm not sold on the Cowboys yet because number one, the Giants. I know they're going to beat the Giants. It's kind of a conflict of schedule. Now, I understand they don't make the schedule, but the Giants weren't good. We knew they were going to beat the Giants. They weren't good. The Jets, not good. They lost to Arizona, really hurt me. And I understand the Colts lost. I understand the Ravens lost to the Colts. But the Colts are a better team than the damn near Arizona Cardinals. All right? It comes down to that. Oh, wait. I ain't done. Hold on. They beat the Patriots. I get it. The Patriots ain't got the offense either. I want to see what the Cowboys can do when it comes to playoff teams. Besides the Giants, okay? Besides the Giants, the Jets are not a playoff team. All right? They only beat one playoff team from last year. All right? The Patriots weren't in the playoffs either. All right? So I want to see what the Cowboys can do against playoff teams. In the past couple of years, remember you talked about the Cowboys were a 12-5 team, right? And they had a losing record against teams above 500. I want to see what they do against teams above 500. All right? I know they play the 49ers, which is a playoff team. They play the Chargers next week. Then they play the Rams. And they play, the Eagles and stuff like that. I want to see what they can do against real competition. That's all I have to say.
So, hold on. You just talked about how good the Jets defense was and all that. And you mentioned
the Jets didn't make the playoffs, though. Am I right?
if they had a quarterback, they would. I'm saying that you went off of their defense when you were talking about Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. You talked about how good that Jets defense was, and that's why it makes them performing a little down. Okay, we put up 30 on them, and then we came to, or y'all came to us with the defense that you said was top notch, and we put 30.
Offense turned the ball over 4 times. We can't win the game like that. I'm speaking facts. When you turn the ball over 3 times, how are you gonna win the game? You turn the ball over 3 times on offense. We gave y'all 3 touchdowns. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm just saying. You look at the defenses that we have played; they are good defenses, and
the Giants' defense is good.
No, you know what I'm talking about. The Pats and the Jets both have good defenses. You know that.
No. I give you the Jets. The Patriots. I think they gave the game away on offense. When you give the game, when you give the, I'm saying when you give the game.
Our offense didn't do anything to turn the ball over. We still ran the ball at a good percentage. Dak threw the ball like 80% or something like we were clicking against the defense that you argued earlier this year was better than the Jets defense. And I think everybody that talks about football definitely acknowledges the Jets have a top 5 defense. So you were claiming the Patriots were a better defense.
And yes, I did. That's what I said.
Yeah. And our offense rolled. We did fine. We ran the ball the majority of the time. Dak completed 80%. And we sailed through that game. So
you did.
That's all I'm saying when you brought up how these guys have played pretty hard defenses, and I'm just saying
they did. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. You're absolutely right.
I like your list for the most part. I just think that the Cowboys should have been somewhere in that top 5.
I would do this. I would do this. Cowboys in the top 6, but I would name the top 5. They're in the top 6. All right, I'll probably put them at number 6, maybe. But they're in my top 6 list. All right, just it had to be the top 5. It's hard. I can't put 2A and 1A. You know what I'm saying? It's only top 5 teams. By the way, Cowboys, great offense, defense. Not debating on that. My only problem is the red zone. If you can't score in the red zone, that's my least of my concerns. That's why I was going with the 49ers. They were 2 for 8 in the red zone, or 2 for 9, I think, before they scored in the Patriots late in the fourth quarter with the fullback. They were 2 for 8. I understand you said they scored 30 points against the Jets, but you also mentioned on FaceTime outside the camera that they could not score in the red zone. They had multiple chances to score at least 50 points on the Jets. The only reason why I didn't have them in the top 5 is because that red zone. I know they can score points. I know they have receivers. Obviously, they have CD Lamb. They have Tony Pollard. I get that. You can't score in the red zone. It kind of scares me. I know my Patriots can't score in the red zone either for shit. But when you can't score in the red zone, that would kind of concerns me. It's the red zone. Once y'all get better in the red zone, and once y'all somehow beat the 49ers, I will put y'all in the top 5. I promise. And I'm not being biased. I'm just speaking facts. You couldn't score in the red zone, and you're kicking field goals. You mentioned that in the past weeks. We keep kicking field goals. We keep kicking field goals. We keep kicking field goals. And especially a made man of Mike McCarthy, who you love to go for on 4th down. Remember the game against Arizona where you couldn't really get it in? I don't know, it was mid part of the 3rd quarter or whatnot. You talked about it. You preached about it. So I like the honesty, and I've taken honesty from you. You can't score in the red zone. I'm not confident in you being a top 5 NFL team. You can't score in the goddamn red zone. So that's what I have to say. But this is the first W list. I think they both went great. They both spoke facts. I understand I'm a Cowboys hater, but I'm not really that biased, okay? I said Dak Prescott's the second best quarterback in the division. I speak nothing but facts, okay? I can't hate on the man too much, all right? The Cowboys have been successful. I just don't think they're going to the damn Super Bowl. That's never going to happen as long as I live. But this is it for Lambo Sports. It for the W list. But tomorrow we recap all the rest of the NFL games, and we'll see if MattPatt can stay in the league as far as his picks, or if I'm going to either tie with the wins or climb up in there. Like I said, we got about 16 more weeks of football. All right, or 15 more weeks of football, including the playoffs and Super Bowl. I'm behind, but I get it. It's almost for the sports, facing the big brother. Face the Silent Source Network. We'll catch you tomorrow for NFL picks. Goodbye. You have a great night. Don't forget to drink a beer.